Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, Season 32 of the grandest party of them all is upon us, and in today's video, we're going to be diving in with one of the newer Super Sugo exclusives in Sabo. This particular rule set is super interesting, right? They're really funneling into the tag system. Obviously, the tag system was one of the big draws to the version 15.0 update. And as you can see here, if your leader is a Revolutionary Army, a Navy, or a 4 Emperor, your team will get HP up, attack up, recovery up, defense up, and speed up level 5. You'll also get level 3 CD reduction. Your burst will get increased by +1, and the requirement gets reduced by 40%. So this is a massive buff. Obviously, if you just run any of those tag characters as your leader, you're going to get all of this for whatever teams you guys want to bring under the actual leader. Now, Wipe It and Ace is the one that stands out the most for me. Obviously, Wipe It and Ace have one of the best bursts in the game. You get an extra burst and a 40% reduction, but characters like Kaido, Shanks, Sabo, they're all going to benefit from this as well. So if you guys are running your teams, make sure you guys are using one of those tags to get the most out of your gains for your team builds and your combat power. But as I mentioned today, we're going to take in Sabo. He is a Revolutionary Army character, obviously, being the second hand to Dragon. Those three tags as well kind of give me a bit of an insight into what we might be expecting from the anniversary as well. Like, Luffy is now a 4 Emperor, so like you could probably classify Luffy as that particular character. Probably see something maybe with Dragon for the Revolutionary Army, and then obviously the Navy being like Kizaru, with obviously Luffy fighting Kizaru in the anime right now. But the team we're going to rock for Sabo, obviously it's day one, so like we do have the luxury of sort of fighting a lot of different stuff. I did put out a testing video with both Kaido and Wipe It and Ace already. I think they're probably going to be the two best characters to use for majority of people. So you guys, if you have those units, then I would highly recommend using them. So these are the teams we're going to run. Obviously, it's not picture perfect, but again, you kind of just want to funnel into your leader and what buffs they're getting with their GP leader skill, and then also with just having that tag, so that way everyone gets the buffs too. So as you can see, we're running INT, Free Spirit, and Strength. Very stock standard stuff. But with that said, good luck with your Grand Party fights, and let's dive in. Alright, so we're going to start off with a Shanks fight. I'm not really going to verse like the best leaders in the game. I just don't think that's the smartest thing to do. Especially characters like, again, Kaido and Wipe It and Ace. They're definitely going to be ones that you guys avoid. But the upside to this particular rule set, only buffing those particular tags, means that if you go up against stuff like Gear 5 Luffy, for example, you don't have to be as scared, because the rule set's not really buffing the teams that he actually has, because again, he's not one of those tags. He's still going to be a formidable opponent, but if you're running, say, Kaido against Luffy with an extra burst, if Luffy hits you with 2 bursts and you still have 3 on your disposal and you've won a fight, like, it's going to be very rare that you actually lose that. So Shanks is another interesting one. Obviously, being one of the 4 Emperors, he gets an extra burst, so it goes up to 5, which is absolutely absurd to have 5 bursts. On top of that, the 40% reduction for himself means that you literally only need to use 2 specials, and then you could just use the Shanks burst, which is ridiculously strong. So I'll definitely be testing him this season. Obviously, we'll put out a Kaido and a Wipe It and Ace video on top of this Sabo video. But let me know down below what other teams you guys want to see for that 5th fight, as I can't really like put my finger on exactly what character I want to take as the leader for the last sort of grand party. Not the last day, but that sort of last like slot that I have open. So Free Spirit against Cerebral up front probably wasn't the smartest move. This team is like very, very stally, obviously, with Nami, Karina, and Usopp and Lilith. That's going to be very, very problematic. They're just going to keep rollbacking our specials, and then obviously they reduce our cooldown reduction too, which is just very, very annoying. And they can get cooldown reduction with that Shanks burst as well. So Sabo, I believe, can give haste with his burst ability, and he does a little bit of damage. So let's just sort of test it out, see what it does. Wipe It and Roger and Rayleigh Gaban have their super special too, so getting the haste ability there is actually so damn perfect. We'll do some nice damage there. Yamato is going to come back and hit us. Oh no, she had confused, so we don't have to worry about that. The massive upside to running the waifus on this team. Obviously, Nami, Karina are very, very good, but Nami, Karina can't really stop a Yamato ability like that. Action binding obviously works as well, but confusion is just a really, really nice way to sort of stop that auto kill that Yamato can provide. So pretty much good to go here. I think we've pretty much wrapped this fight up. Get the confusion off. All right, let's skip this because like we pretty much won. I'm surprised the AI didn't use one of their bursts. Remember, like, AI is not exactly super smart with their bursts, but at the same time, like, Got him, bro. You got 5 bursts there. Why not use them? Alright. Second team is the INT team. Sabo does buff Powerhouse as well. So, like, we could probably do some fun stuff with, like, Cerebral INT and then bring, like, a Powerhouse team instead of the Strength team. I kind of just, like, brought the Strength team because it's kind of, like, old reliable. There's a lot of fighters over there, too. Obviously, a lot of Powerhouse characters, too. But, like the Powerhouse team right now is just so disgustingly strong. Alright, so let's... Then you get some CD reduction, then you get some stats, which is a little bit annoying to deal with because they obviously are running Zoro Sanji and Edward Newgate. Let me know down below who you guys are running for this particular season as well. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather too, guys, so apologies about the audio quality. I'm just not exactly at 100%. Good. Okay, so Sabo wants to take damage to get his burst ability up. I actually, like, didn't look into that. I've used Sabo before, but I obviously just forget what all of these leaders do, except for, like, the big ones. Alright, beautiful. Killing Roger Newgate there is just super handy. We're obviously going to take another burst, though, because they've lost a fight, and Shanks is just going to keep spamming them every second he gets. Upside here, too, is we have 4 bursts at our disposal, too, so we can just throw bursts back at him as well. Beautiful. Shanks wants to use specials as well, so if we can sort of stop that from happening, that's going to work in our favor as well. The haste ability is so damn strong too. Like, having that extra haste to just sort of pop off specials is really, really nice. Excellent, Yamato. And I believe that's GG. Very nice. Oh no, we still got one little Kinemon Dendro in the back, or K-Dad. Very interesting running K-Dad in the back. Sabo should clean this up though. Very nice. Well, look, Sabo, he feels clean right now, but like, from the testing I was doing with Wipe and Ace and stuff, like those teams are just, like, ridiculously fun. Alright, so let's take on an in Gear 5 Luffy. Obviously, in Gear 5 Luffy doesn't count as one of the Yonkos, even though, like, there was that Morgan's kind of moment that made him into the 5th Yonko, but it is specifically the 4 Yonko, so the fact that he's fighting Kaido, obviously Kaido is that Yonko spot. After it, though, when we're in Egghead, technically Luffy's a Yonko, so Egghead-based Luffy's, I would imagine, have the 4 Yonko tag. Would I be incorrect in saying that? I don't know. That's why it kind of leads me to believe that, like, these tags are kind of renditions of what we could, emphasis on the word could be seeing for anniversary. So this particular team, obviously not like the be-all end-all. I just sort of wanted to go up against another INT Luffy to sort of showcase that, like, he is still a beast. If you want to use him this season, if you've obviously got him maxed out and you are struggling with other leaders and teams, he is going to work nicely, but, like, I do feel like most people are going to have Verse Kaido as well. And Verse Kaido is just going to be an exceptional character for you guys to use. The fact that he can literally use 4 bursts with what he does, it's, like, so wild. Obviously, Kaido's falling off a little bit because his teams aren't exactly perfect, but with the rule set obviously just buffing everyone that you bring under Kaido, like, you can run slasher teams, you can run, like, free spirit teams if you really want to, and then sort of just funnel it out as long as you bring, like, one Dex team that is going to have Kaido on there to satisfy that leader requirement, and that's obviously where Kaido works best. So let's skip this. I don't know if he's going to use the burst. He doesn't. So we are going to have to deal with the burst just moving straight into the next fight, which is kind of good because it'll still showcase, like, the potential and the power that Luffy actually has. Plus, we are running a free spirit team under Sabo. Probably not, like, the best option to run, but I do like running free spirit, so I didn't really find another place where I could use them that successfully under other leaders. And I like running other teams, you know? Like, it's fun to sort of use a variety of different teams when I've got, like, the arsenal and the utilities to do so. Alright. So it's a strength build. We are going to lose 2 units. Oof. That's 2 units we don't want to lose. The waifus are immune to forced out too, so, like, if that hit the waifus there, that would have been, like, really, really nice for us. The Tama with a big heal back is going to be really nice, especially because our units literally just came back in at the perfect time. We also have the Sabo burst ready to go, so we can use that as a haste when some of our other characters get their specials up and ready. Alright, I probably used this a little bit preemptively, but it's okay. I saw that the waifus were ready to go, and then, like, looked at the order and saw that waifus were pretty much at the top of the list anyway. But now, Luffy's here, and obviously Roger Rally Cabana also here as well, so this should do quite a bit of damage. and then we're gonna have to take another burst here. Oh, it's a lot of damage, man. Fortunately, we lose the Roger Rayleigh Gaban special now, and then we're also, let's do this, because Kuma's going to hit us. This is the upside of just having so many bursts as well. Like, the fact that we can just sort of spam them willy-nilly and not be, like, so conservative with them, it's just such a good feeling. But as you can see, like, Luffy's burst, it's still ridiculously strong. Obviously, this guy is not exactly, like, the pinnacle of teams. There was a much better Luffy build down there, but like I said, like, I just don't really have the time today to be going into some of these, like, bigger, disgusting fights. Check out the preparation or the testing video if you guys want to see some of the bigger fights where we just sort of take on the better leaders that I think are going to be around this particular season. I think a lot of people will sort of catch on to Whitebeard and Ace a little bit later in the season. I don't think they'll be using them right off the bat, but Whitebeard and Ace is just going to be so damn powerful. Alright, this is a wrap, surely, right? Alright, let's just skip this because it's basically game over. Beautiful stuff. So like I said, taking on stuff like Int Luffy, Strength Luffy, and Psy Luffy, it doesn't seem as scary this season, just purely because the rules aren't giving them the disgustingness that they could potentially receive. Alright, so I found a couple of Kaidos, and I just thought, for the sake of the video, let's dive in against Kaido, because I think he's probably going to be the one that a lot of people see quite frequently at the back end of Grand Party as well. I think a lot of people have Kaido with a couple of dupes and stuff like that, so his teams and like their accounts are probably going to satisfy Kaido's needs a little bit better than what Whitebeard and Aces are. So look, let's take it on. I don't really expect to win, but we do have some pretty good matchups here, and we definitely can win. I'm just not going in with the expectation of like, oh, this is going to be a cakewalk. So let's see how we go. Obviously, we have Dex up the front. We did know that was a Dex team, even like because we can see it because it's day one. But even without seeing it, we saw Kaido in the front lines. Like when Kaido's there, it's going to be a Dex team. So that makes it a little bit easier to sort of navigate. All right, take a little bit of damage. Now, Kaido's the same as us, where he takes damage, he gets his burst ability. The upside to fighting Kaido AIs is they have a tendency to use the burst when you don't actually have your special charged. So it's not really going to impact you all that much. All right, good stuff there. I'm going to try and save our burst for a little bit later. But obviously, if we take a Kaido burst, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Hit Luffy. Oh, hit everyone but Luffy. All right, we're going to do this because if Kaido does burst us, like that could just be super problematic for us. Excellent. And now when we take the bursts on the next fight, we basically can just charge our burst back up and we're just going to be able to win that way. Kaido's burst does quite a lot of damage, but the scariest part about it is the forced out ability. And the forced out ability realistically only works if you have high special CT. I believe it has to be above like 99%, which is kind of weird. It should just be like 100%, but if you get hit by that and you lose characters, it does start becoming very problematic. Now, this guy does have Kid on the team. I don't know if his Kid is level limit broken. I did see Odin in the front there, and I just thought, we'll just chuck our int team there. Alright, so we take a lot of damage there on our poor boy S-Hawk. Now, we do have to be careful how much damage we are throwing out, because as soon as we get enough damage on Kaido, he will just pop the burst again. There is Otama for healing there as well. Alright, Luffy's not going to be ready. Sabo will be, though. And then S-Hawk will probably put Kaido into... Oh, no. Yep. He'll probably put Kaido into range. So I'm going to do this, and hopefully we squeeze in before Kaido. Beautiful. The upside to this is now the Kaido special is going to charge our boost. We are going to lose that Luffy, though. I don't know if he's immune to force out, actually. He might just die, though. No, that's the forced out. We'll throw a burst back. Take out Kuma. Kuma is the scariest thing on the team besides that Luffy. And now that I'm looking at it, Luffy's probably going to end us. I didn't realize Luffy was ready to go. Yeah, see, this is going to be scary. On top of that, they still have a burst ready. Ugh. This is what I mean, man. Kaido is scary stuff. Yeah, goodbye. Kaido is scary stuff, man. He's very, very scary. Oh, what the hell? Did we get our characters back, like, just in time? Or did we have someone on the bench? Okay, well, I just completely goofed on that. And we won. So, it is what it is. Apologies about that last little play there, but that's going to wrap up the video. Let me know who you guys want to use in the comment section below. What other characters you want to see and who you guys are using, like I said. Belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's!